Like every other Pikmin fan for the past few months, I've been playing a lot of Pikmin 4. Ever since the trailers, I was really thrilled to see that the game finally brought back the treasures from Pikmin 2. Easily they're the most interesting collectibles because they perfectly encapsulate that feeling of going on an adventure as a kid. Finding an old chicken bone by the side of the road, which could totally definitely be some kind of dinosaur bone. I mean, I'm 10 years old, I'd believe it. Or going into the forest and finding a pine cone or an eagle feather. It might as well have been as valuable to you as finding a diamond or an ancient artifact from a lost civilization. But not every treasure is created equal. I mean, it can't be. A cool rock is never going to be as cool as a cool shiny rock. A piece of sea glass will never be as valuable as a dead crab. I mean, that's just one piece of sea glass. The dead crab, that's only going to go up in value as it ferments. It's just like a fine wine. Seeing as nobody else felt the need to do something so ridiculous, I took it upon myself to make one of the first Pikmin 2 treasure tier lists. I even wrote my buddy Dan in. He knows very little about Pikmin, which makes him the perfect blank slate to objectively rank all of these funny little objects. I told him we were appraising some rare collectibles. Little does he know he's going to spend the next 4 hours of his life talking about bottle caps and leaves that I found in the backyard. Don't feel too bad for him. I'm the guy that's going to have to edit all that into something barely watchable. Hope I don't screw up the audio in the meantime. Bye!
You get to decide where these things go. I'm not going to hassle you too much. The row I'm showing you here, the first row, all of these treasures actually do something in game.
Okay.
And I gave you links to the
A
wiki.
novel? Yes. You linked me to...
I linked you an entire novel, just all 500. I didn't know how many treasures there were.
Look at all these treasures.
Keep in mind, this is the apocalypse. The planet that these people are salvaging, it's supposedly Earth. And these are just sort of debris that they're collecting from the rubble.
One of the things I do think that we need to consider is that there is a very big possibility that this planet is full of radiation. In the first game, there is a part of Olimar's ship that actually is a Geiger counter, and when Olimar talks about it, he's like, yeah, this thing's always like going off and making noises, and I don't even know what this thing does, but I gotta get it checked out.
I enjoy that bit of just horrible reality.
He doesn't know.
Of just these guys sitting around a table thinking about this game, and they're like, what if it's so horribly rated he doesn't understand what that means? And they're like, that's funny. I like that. Funny.
Please kill me. That poor man. I hope someone does kill him.
Because he's not from the planet.
He's from planet Hawkatate. He's
not like a mutant. It's not like Hills Have Eyes. He's not like a mutant with some kind of resistance. Like, he's just being irradiated.
This one is called the Stellar Orb. It's a light bulb.
The sun tanning
it's a nice
machine.
Little sun. You like a little tan. You like a nice little tan.
It's actually a light bulb. God, this is fantastic.
We're both very Irish, so we don't tan. So I don't think this is of any use to us. But it lights up caves.
I think it's great. Love the purpose. Love how it's being sold to me. Good sales pitch. I'll put that S tier.
S tier. Light bulb. Light bulb glow.
Also, I'd like to bring up in the gallery on the Wikipedia is a picture of a real life light bulb, as to show you that's right. This is real.
Yeah, just to show you. Yeah, this was the inspiration. Okay, this is your coworker Louie. He's the king of bugs. So basically, you pay off your debt in the main game.
A few moments later.
I feel like he's taking advantage of the situation. Like, yeah, I'm the king of bugs. When he was raised by his grandmother, who told him to go play with bugs and eat them.
You play with them. You play with your food before you eat it.
That's like overcompensation. I don't know.
Have you ever ridden a giant spider, Dan?
No.
That'll make you feel like the king of bugs.
I don't like his dumpy McLovin face.
He doesn't. I like Louie. He's blue.
It looks like he's trying to constantly remember how to spell his name.
That is the most. You've never seen any of these characters.
No.
Before. That is the most accurate depiction of Louie that I've ever heard.
He's like if Droopy Dog was owned by Mr. Magoo.
Also, oh yeah, Louie is one of the characters that actually does something because
he eats bugs. I know, it's crazy.
No, when you collect him, he unlocks the Louie's notes. There's this thing called the Piklopedia. Like, in the actual game of Pikmin 2, there's a Piklopedia. You find a bunch of these different creatures that you've been fighting, and Olivar gives his actual, explorer notes. And then when you unlock Louie's notes, Louie is like, here's how you cook this thing real good. Here's how you make it nice and tasty.
Yeah, boy.
He has a little tuft of hair, and I want to grab him by it and swing it around and throw it like he's like one of those like gnomes in the Harry Potter video game.
I don't think he'd appreciate that.
Oh, it's fine. He'd find some bugs and throw them in the field.
He's a bit psychotic.
I don't trust him as a scientist if he's just eating bugs.
He's not a scientist. He is the outer space version of like a freight truck driver.
We'll put him at C tier.
Okay. This is the cosmic drive key, and what it does in game is it just unlocks the challenge mode.
Yeah, keys are pretty cool. We'll put that at B tier. Above Louie.
Above Louie.
That key is more useful than Louie.
We have this half-used eraser, the dream material, and what this does is it makes your character immune to electricity.
I understand. I think it's got a good purpose. I like everything about it. I don't like that it just says anti-electrifier. I don't like that phrasing. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Again, comes back to I don't like Almar's journal entry. It rubs it away into oblivion. It reminds me of my job. Almar needs to talk to someone.
Olimar is a very sad soul.
Put that at A.
The next thing we have here is the Justice Alloy.
It's a Gundam.
And the Justice Alloy, what is this? Half blue.
This is a torso Gundam. This is nothing. This is a toy.
Oh, this I think makes it so that the enemies do less damage to you when they hit you.
This is a toy robot. God, I don't even know. Put it at C. Put it at C. This isn't even the worst toy brand thing that we have. We'll get into the other ones later.
The next one, this is another broken Gundam. It's the Forged Courage, and it makes you immune to fire, just like the...
Put it B. I think a good ability, but it looks stupid. Right away. Don't even talk about it.
This one is actually really good, in my opinion. In my opinion. This is the professional noisemaker, and what it does is, whenever you whistle back your Pikmin, whenever you use your whistle to whistle them back, you can also pluck Pikmin from the ground without using your hands. That comes a lot in handy because sometimes like you've got like 500 Pikmin at the onion that you have to pluck and it's all tedious, but this is just in seconds. And there's also a bunch of enemies that all they do is like throw your Pikmin in the ground or push your Pikmin back into the ground, and this makes it so much easier to deal with them.
Yeah, S tier.
This is the amplified amplifier. Say that 5 times fast, it's a bit redundant. But what this does is it just increases your horn's range.
I don't know, man. It seems like you're just buying me the same thing twice. Yeah, that's just my opinion. We'll put it at B tier.
Oh yeah, this is the prototype detector. This is how you basically detect all of the treasures in the game. There's some that are like underground, there's some that are really hard to find, and this basically acts as a radar. This is actually called a love tester. Do you know what a love tester is, Dan?
Oh, I'm there, man. I get it. I understand it.
Basically, before Nintendo was like a gaming company, they just made novelty shit. Like they made a series of playing cards, and they also made this, which it's supposed to be able to test a couple's compatibility or something like that.
You got hepatitis.
So what's the correlation between the love tester and then also finding treasure?
The correlation is that it tests love, so it also tests treasure.
Alright, S tier.
Together, these things make a whole globe, but apart, they're half a globe. We've got geographic projection and the spherical atlas.
But also, they're both only 2 halves of one thing, and that makes it lame. Don't tell me this is cool. Don't tell me this is cool to have different versions of the same thing. That's just like, oh wow, I found a broken thing. Oh wow, I found another broken thing.
And what these things do is they open up different parts of the map because the ship scans them, and they're like, oh holy shit, there's like.
Yeah, well, that should have been its own thing to bring up here. Separately, these things are just these are garbage.
I think it comes in pretty handy dandy.
These are all D tier. Both of these are D tier.
So now that you know everything is horribly radiated, how would you like a fried egg?
There's a real world fried egg! That is heinous. That is disgusting. That looks awful.
I think it's a fried egg.
No, the photo itself. I have the Wikipedia, and it's like this overexposed photo of a regular fried egg.
So this has just been sitting out possibly for years. We don't know why it looks that pristine. Maybe it's like a McDonald's egg and it's just covered in preservatives.
A tier. I like a fried egg.
Okay, the next one, this one is really exciting. It's called Milk Tub, and it is an open container of coffee creamer.
It's empty?
Yeah, empty.
Why? You know what? I
But do you want it though? Would you personally want to have an empty container of coffee creamer? Is how you got to think about this.
You know what? I was thinking this is pretty low. Why would I need this? I don't think I understood what a coffee creamer actually was until I pulled up the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Boom, coffee creamer in the real world.
Yeah.
I get it. I can see it. I visualize it.
Like
D tier.
D tier, yeah. All right, D tier. Not F tier though.
No, pretty close.
But pretty damn close. Okay. And this is to just sort of show the dichotomy is right after the literal piece of garbage, we have like a brooch, a golden brooch with an emerald on it. The eternal emerald eye. The eternal emerald isle. What are you thinking, buddy?
I put this in A tier. It looks like a piece of jewelry I could pick up in Resident Evil that I could sell for money, and it makes me happy. A tier.
What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you.
Jewelry resembling the eternal emerald eye in the real world. It's just vaguely a piece of plastic on a piece of plastic.
Wait, so it's not real gold?
It doesn't look like real gold.
So none of this is real jewelry.
Probably not, no. Just like that creamer. It's not real cream.
No, none of it is. Okay.
That's fake creamer.
That's not Kramer. Kramer!
Oh, Kramer hangs out with Louie and he goes to comedy shows.
Louie is not. Look, Louie did a lot of bad things, okay? But he is not.
Louie stands with Kramer.
Louie does not stand with Kramer. Louie stands with Daniel Tosh. The nutrient silo. Everything is probably rotten. Everything is probably radiated. But the peanut butter, though. Peanut butter doesn't go bad. And it's sealed in a container.
S tier.
Okay, S tier, yeah.
Peanut butter cannot be irradiated. It's a fact.
And here we have a strawberry.
Combustion berry. What a real world large strawberry looks like.
Thank goodness they didn't mix that up with the small strawberry in the real world.
Too much of a good thing. It's a fruit. What?
Yeah, it's not like it's a candy. It's not like it's like, ooh, cake. Louie would bake it into a cake, though. He would make a nice scrumptious cake.
It's B tier. It's a berry. Strawberry. B tier.
Okay, B tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put the two together. These ones are just a bunch of batteries. And I used the thing with this list is I didn't compile this. This was compiled automatically. So some of these items, I guess, have different variants depending on the region of the game. Like there's a remake for the Switch out right now, and they took out all the product placement because I guess the licensing expired.
Yeah.
So the batteries we got in America were like Duracell, and then these are the Japanese batteries. I thought these were beer or something. I couldn't tell. So what do you think, Dan? How do you feel about a Duracell battery? You can recharge them if you try it really hard.
Are they all classified as one thing on your list?
I don't think there's much difference between like, oh, here's a big battery, here's a little battery, the shape of the battery does kind of matter because like who the needs like a square battery? You're finding batteries for the clicker. It's always going to be the like AA or whatever, but
right.
Do you think it's even worth it to differentiate?
The AA is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Some to B.
This is gonna take a long ass time. This is scary. I'm scared of this list now, Dan. Oh, this would be a funny post if we rank all this like literal garbage.
I genuinely don't even know where we are.
Goodly.
You're not even screen sharing.
I'm not even. Okay, now we got some bottle caps. Dan, how do you feel about bottle caps? There's a bunch of different ones. Bottle caps, they are garbage, but there are people that collect them. You ever have a bottle cap collection?
No.
You know, your dad's got a drinking problem. You make it fun. You collect all the Coors Light cans that he's been...
F tier. Fallout did bottle caps better.
Well, you're gonna love what we have next. You're gonna see it, Dan, and you're gonna laugh your ass off because it is funny stuff. Funny stuff right here. Do you see it, Dan? Do you see it?
Oh, Canadian leaf?
No. It looks like a pot leaf.
I suppose it does.
Funny stuff. It's not actually a pot leaf, though. It's like a Japanese maple leaf, and apparently they just look like that.
This is such a not even a thing. I can't even think of a way to talk about this.
You don't want a cool leaf?
I don't want a fake pot leaf you found in the shower room.
I went to the showers with the boys, and then we found a pot leaf.
There's nothing. F, yeah.
No, I love the fake pot leaf. Okay.
Why? Tell me something you like about it right now.
Because it's funny. It's drugs.
Fuck you.
It's called Colossal Fossil. I think this is what happened to Colossal is crazy. That's why he's not making videos anymore. They made making fun of fat people illegal, and he just died.
I f***ed bovine prettier than you, and I got that sweet pussy for free. I look like a child. So what are you gonna do, you honey roast ham? Sweat and grease, occasionally make.
I think this skull showed up in Banjo and Kazooie.
You think that's mumbo jumbo? You think that's ekum bokum?
It's one of those racist things.
Yeah, that's not f***ing right. Well,
Me as a white man declares this now racist.
Dan, we are two white men, so it's just one white man over the other. So shut the fuck up.
I'd like to bring up that it says that it's a giant skull, but Omar's only like what, 3 feet tall?
Yeah. Well, I mean, compared to here's the thing: these characters are very small. They're like Smurfs. They're like 3 apples tall. So everything compared to them is huge.
I've seen a skull before.
You don't think it's that big?
I don't think it's that impressive.
Maybe it's a shrunken head. Maybe it's a shrunken skull. Shrunken monkey skull.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
A shrunken monkey skull? He says it's huge.
Well, to him, it's huge.
8 hours later.
Dan, it's a regular-sized skull. A Smurf looking at a regular-sized skull is a huge skull. That's Skull Island.
No, to him it'd be no, because if it's shrunken, it would just be normal to him.
Well, I mean, I think compared to us, it's very small. I think it's a very small skull, but to them, it's a big
You
skull.
just said it was a shrunken. You just said it might be a shrunken skull.
I can't believe you called mumbo jumbo racist. I'm not gonna. I'm never gonna forgive you.
It's all perspective.
All right, where are you putting the skull?
Put a B. Skulls are cool.
B. Ekum bokum. Okay.
At first they tell me to lose the... Now they tell me I'm not funny. It's a pain in the butt being politically correct. You're telling me.
We got the magical stage. We've got the magical stage, Dan. How do you feel about the magic stage?
Is that a Simon Says?
It's not Simon Says. It's like a girl's toy. So I think you open it up and it's like a fake makeup kit or something. Either that or it's a Polly Pocket.
Oh, it's even worse than a...
It says it's a fake toy brand or a fake toy line called Yuri something. Yuri Yuki. I don't think we should be teaching kids about Yuri. I think that's something that they need to learn about when they're in high school. That's...
Listen, kids are banging and doing blow before they...
We do not endorse cuties. We don't endorse Mr. Girl. We do not pass go. We do not collect $5 million. But yeah, when I was 12, I was mad.
F tier, I truly can't think of anything, and I don't want to keep looking at this.
Now we have the genuine article, though. All of these other things are fake, but this is Princess Peach's crown. The Princess Peach's crown, and this is real. Back in 2003 or whenever this game came out, they did not make Mario toys, so this isn't a fake crown. This is the real Princess Peach. You know that character in Melee where you pause the screen and then you turn the camera and you look up? Yeah, that's her. That's her crown.
I've never seen that. I've never heard that.
This the crown. How do you feel about the crown?
I like the crown. Crown's going in A tier.
This is the Doomsday apparatus. It's a big dumbbell, and it requires 100 purple Pikmin to carry it. So you can only have 100 Pikmin out, so you need 100 purple Pikmin to carry this thing. And once they're carrying it, it takes a very long time to carry it back. In Pikmin, it's all about multitasking. It's all about, like, if you're not doing something, you're f***ed up. So while these things are carrying it, you just have to go out into the woods and, like, beat an animal to death with your bare hands. If anything, you're just twiddling your thumbs. And I think that takes points away from it, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think that's a solid point. I agree. I'll put her to F. F tier. That's a waste.
The Luck Wafer. It is a card. It's clearly a playing card, and it's got an N in the middle of it. I'm not quite sure what that means. I feel like I kind of have an idea of what that...
It certainly does have a lengthy but illegible word.
I mean, it's quite the artifact. It's quite the boon to have in your pocket. I don't think I would ever use it. And Dan, I know you, and I don't think you would ever use it, but that is a powerful artifact. I think we just need to, like, cut this from the list. These are a series of bottle caps that aren't even cool enough to be, like, actual bottle caps. They're literally like the caps to Thalassic, Gherkin, I think there's Prego.
No, well, we're just gonna put them all in F tier.
Now we have the science experiment, the science project. Nice clover, a little lucky clover. Luck of the Irish for a couple of us Irish fellas,
It's called Science Project.
Irish Americans. Man, I've been talking to some Irish people online, and you want to know what they call us? Americans. We're not Irish, Dan. Can you believe that shit? We were told our whole lives that we were Irish, and we're not. We're not.
Do you know Bono is the only Irish member of U2?
No. I don't give a shit about you two. Where does this 4-leaf clover go?
D.
There are 3 mushrooms. Okay, so we have the anti-hiccup fungus. So what do you think of the anti-hiccup?
I think it's a mushroom.
I mean, no, it cures hiccups.
Many things could cure hiccups.
Yeah, but this is one of them.
Yeah, but I could just, like, hold my breath for a minute and, like, you know, I would even... that get rid of hiccups, and also I wouldn't get radiation for that second. Rather than eating a mushroom.
It might taste really good. I don't know.
Put it in D. I feel bad for you. I feel like you're gonna get really upset if I put it in F.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna kill you. This is the toxic mushroom.
My whole entire channel is basically negativity, and I'm the new fucking Hitler, and I condone suicide and make jokes about ISIS, and I'm basically the Antichrist.
I put this at D.
The third one, according to the ship, if you bite it, it makes you grow huge. I don't know if the ship is bullshitting, but it might be real. I think it's real. You do not like this Mario mushroom, and you don't like it because it's just a regular ass mushroom with no like spots on it.
No, it should be red and has spots. They put Princess Peach's cartoon-ass crown in there. Why can't they just make this mushroom look like it?
I personally like that it's just a regular mushroom, but I can kind of see your point. On the other hand, if you actually had this, you would be able to grow super strong. So there's that.
I'm already strong. No one cares. I'm not even gonna put it on the board. We'll put it in F tier.
This is the onion replica. It's Bianco. Look.
Goodly.
You should sue someone. Look at this.
I do. I mean, I did invent the idea of the onion.
I think you have a lawsuit with Nintendo.
They give me royalties every time somebody buys like a Shrek thing because he said that thing about the onion. You know, flattery is the highest form of duplication, though. So I think that
that's not how that is at all.
What, flattery is a dish best served cold. Is that how they do it?
I can't even tell if you're f***ing with me right now.
But anyway. I think I'm gonna put this, if you don't have any objections, I'm gonna put this in S tier.
Yeah, sure. It's a bit biased, but yeah, sure.
This one is a pair of dice. Not even a pair of dice, it's a single die. The chance totem.
S tier right away, because it looks fucking cool.
It does look pretty badass. You're not even gonna hesitate.
It matches all the dice tattoo on my face, of which I have many. I have squares tattooed around my eyes, and then I tell people, that's right, I got snake eyes.
The big tattoo that says damaged. Next thing we have the possessed squash. It's a pumpkin. Dan, do you see the pumpkin? The more I look at it, its mouth kind of looks like a bat. Like bat wings. I have a bias towards... I don't know how the f this thing survived in the radiated, post-apocalypse.
It's still got yellow on it.
It could be plastic. I don't know. I like the design, is the thing. I really, really like the design. Because it's a pumpkin.
Yeah, this is either S tier or B tier.
Okay. I'm putting it in S tier. So we've got Bianco right next to Chuck. This is great reference to the webcomic that like 5 people read. Now we just have a can of apple juice, I think. It's like fruit juice. Will you join the fruit guard?
I don't think that's cold.
Join the fruit guard or die.
I'm gonna put that in D tier. I don't like the idea of apple juice in a can.
Warm fruit juice, yeah.
Warm apple juice in a can.
This is the future orb. It's it can tell the future, maybe. Or maybe it's just a cheap toy that they dug up and pawned off. But maybe it's real. I don't know.
It's fake, because it's also called No Future.
What? What is it called, No Future? Is that the Japanese name?
It says in quotations, No Future.
Well, I don't think either of us have very much of a future anymore. Things aren't looking very bright and cheery for us. Two 28-year-olds looking at Nintendo games.
Oh, I made myself sad.
D.
Put it over the sunset. This next one, it's called a gyroid bust. They're like ancient burial statues from Japan. I think they're related to like the terracotta soldiers. These are like the lumpy Nephilim versions of that, and they're very popular in Japan. They became like a huge like art piece thing. Like people wanted to have a statue like this. And they're all over video games. They're in Animal Crossing, they're in Katamari. In Superstar Saga, there was a whole village of creatures that were based on these things. They were called like the hoo-hoos or whatever. Hinawas.
I get it. Understand. Means something. Also, this looks dumb. This is F tier.
F tier?
This is F tier. This is my list. This is F tier.
Some cultural significance doesn't mean anything to you, I guess.
Oh, fuck you. I'd rather have the bottle caps. At least then it has some color. It's worse than the cactus people from Monster Hunter.
How do you feel about marbles?
Only one marble can be A tier. I'm gonna let you pick that one. The rest of them have to go to D, because there can only be one marble.
All of these marbles, they have like different entries, and apparently they do like different things. I think they're treated like crystal balls too. There's like the crystallized clairvoyance.
Yeah.
And one of the small blue one is called the mirth sphere. Apparently it's like the essence of humor or some shit. I'm gonna do the mirth sphere because that's really funny. I support comedy. I love humor. The rest of them are going to D, you said? We have the flame tiller. It's a cool epic red yo-yo with flames on the side of it.
I'll put it at B tier. I like that red.
All right, the next one we have the meat satchel.
F tier. Don't talk about it. Keep going.
It's funny. It's so funny.
It's not.
It's
disgusting.
Like, God, I hate you. Do I hate you?
It looks like a piece of shit bread though. It looks like a piece of shit someone like had some baked twine into.
Bop, 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 bop. The next thing we have the wiggle noggin. It's just a bobblehead with like a weird cat on it.
A tier. It's fun.
The next one is the boom cone. And yeah, it's like a party popper. It's like a Japanese party popper.
Fun times. Put it in B. Fun times. Oh, hey, it's got nice spots and a color, kind of like a mushroom should be.
You're still on about the mushroom. You are really... You're more pissed about the mushroom than most Mario fans were pissed about, like, the 80s Mario movie.
You should have went for it, you know?
How do you feel about this shoe polish?
D tier. It's shoe polish.
Who uses shoe polish anymore? We're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
These things with me. These are just a series of rings, and I thought like, oh, these are real rings, but no, these are like fake plastic rings that you would find in like a vending machine outside the 7-Eleven.
It's F tier.
F tier. Okay.
That are just how upsetting this is, even in the world itself.
There's fake ass plastic rings.
Oh, what? You don't like being swindled and fake plastic rings on an alien planet? Oh, what? These fake plastic rings trying to fool you and proving that they're cool? You don't think this is good enough for you? Yeah.
Those who view this gem's green twinkle become filled with great hopes and expectations. However, it rewards neither. This artistic sham only provides short-lived happiness. That's just my life. All right. Now, Dan, you're an artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm an artist too. You know, we're both local artists. Yeah, what's an artist without a utensil here? We got the master's instrument. It's a Mario Paint styled crayon, and it's not even the good kind of crayon where it's got like the full like the Crayola. This is the crayon that you would find in a bin of crayons at the daycare that you're plopped into.
No, this is the crayon that claims it's an art crayon in like that like $10 box of art supplies that your mom bought you at Walmart.
Oh yeah, I've gotten into fights over this because artists get really pissed about that, like the art kit. And personally, I'm like, you know, your parents, whoever bought you that for Christmas or your birthday, they were trying to be encouraging. And I think that's worth more than the art supplies themselves. That being said, the art supplies are apparently really not good.
No, I'll put it at C. It's still functional.
This is a pencil with Nintendo on it. It's called the Implement of Toil.
I'm gonna put it at F tier for the sole purpose of it has Nintendo 64 on it. Why? What's the purpose of that?
Why? I, as a Nintendo fan, look at that and I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
I clapped when I saw it.
I know what that is!
Oh, yeah, but you look at a fucking mushroom and you're like, hey, why doesn't this look like the fucking mushroom it's supposed to be? F.
You want to know who's responsible for this dirty deed? The manual honer. You can't have a pencil without a pencil sharpener. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I put that at D. It's better than the pencil. It's better than the pencil because other pencils exist.
Yeah, but the half-used crayon with the label peeling off, that's worth more to you.
Yeah, I don't need to sharpen that. I could just, it's ready to go right out the gate.
This one we have the decorative goo. Funny name. Really, I'm really sold on it personally.
You know what? I put this one at D.
Okay, cool.
I stretched with the crayon. I'm not gonna give it with the paint.
I mean, I like how it's like Mario Paint theme.
So is the crayon. That's the most upsetting part. It's like, oh, the crayon. Look at the crayon. It's got Mario Paint on it. You see? Oh, that's cute. That's clever. I like. Hey, look at this paint. It's got Mario paint on it. You know, like the game. But you just did that before.
Well, I think these are part of a set. Maybe I'll turn that frown upside down with a nice little seashell, okay?
You can't even use the 3 seashells.
This is really, I think all the Pikmin fans are gonna love your Demolition Man reference.
You know what? They're gonna live even more S tier because of Demolition Man.
Demolition. Okay, so just I like seashells. I mean, it looks pretty cool.
I'm well aware of your interest in sea things. We were in college, and Mr. Pikmin needed to do an assignment, and I can't remember what the assignment was, but it involved you just getting shells from.
You know, I was in art college.
I'm a local artist. I put shells on things, you know, like cups and telephone books and shoes. There's not too much money in it, though.
How long did that egregious bag of dirty shells just sit outside rotting in the sun? Weeks.
The assignment was like, take a material and turn it into a texture that it wouldn't look.
If you used wood, make wood look like something that isn't wooden. So like make wood look like water. Paper, make paper look like it's hard, like stone or something like that. So I was like, oh, I live by this like beach town. I'll take a bunch of seashells and I'll use the seashells to make a whole landscape of like water and grass and...
Yeah, here's the thing. You didn't even get real like seashells. You found like crab carcasses also. And you were like, that's a thing.
And I was not very considerate or really... I didn't think through the idea of just coming back to the house with a bunch of seashells, because they stunk to high heavens and I really did not wash them.
Wow, real dead bodies.
I got a solid B+ on that assignment.
And you rushed home and you showed the shells. And you're like, see, we did it, guys.
I high-fived them, yeah. It was well worth the millions and millions of dollars in college debt that I now have and the no job and career.
I made myself sad.
This is the memorial shell. The first one was a shell. This is a shell that's the same shell, but tipped over.
F tier. I've already seen a shell.
This is crab claw. You get finished with your nice crab dinner, and you have the mysterious remains.
You know what I'm gonna do with this? You know where we're gonna put this? We're gonna put this in B tier for symbolism.
College was a learning experience, and sometimes you learn that you yourself are psychotic and an asshole. The next thing we have, this is not, even the game doesn't like this, utter scrap.
Yeah, it's a crushed can. This is just upsetting.
It looks like it's a surprised face. Surprised fish.
Yeah, it's when it sees Louie. Louie, what are you gonna do with that?
I don't think Louie's a pervert. I think Louie's a lot of things.
No, Louie calls women on the phone.
He does not. He doesn't. Look, Louie may have committed acts of terrorism, and he may have sabotaged the entire company, and he may have attacked his coworkers with a giant spider. Maybe, but he would never harass women. All right? I don't believe that. I don't believe that he would do that.
You just don't know him like I do.
Where would this crushed can go?
F.
This next series of treasures is just food in a can, and the first two, they're empty.
F.
I feel like it's kind of a dilemma that do you want a can with rotten radiated food in it, or do you want a can that's empty?
F.
We have some kippers.
England's greatest contribution to the world.
I'm a fan of sardines, actually. You can eat the bones. They're just a little salty, but it's alright.
Delicious bones.
We'll put that at a solid A.
For aquatic. Now this next one, I don't even know what the fuck it is, and it's called permanent container. We've kind of been making fun of the Pikmin wiki for like every treasure, no matter what it is, a picture of, and here's what it looks like in the real world. And the examples of this are like a real world light bulb, a marble. In case you've never seen a marble, but this thing that I have no idea what it is, you look on the wiki, and there is no example of what this actually is. It's a container of God knows what and who knows where.
It's nice packaging. I like the colors. I like the shape. Good shape. Oh, a fan of shapes.
It looks like it could be. It could have kippers in it. It's got kind of a similar shape.
Yeah. I don't. Well, now that you've brought that up, I don't want to have a controversial statement. I think these might also just be sardines. You know what? We'll put that at S tier.
We've got a container of Sea Bounty, and it is a, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's very nice looking.
I'm gonna put that at D tier. I don't like cream cheese, but also it's got strawberry. Like, I don't. Oh, no, this is, isn't this just like a blended up fish in tomato sauce, right?
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, blended fish in tomato sauce, which that is concentrated mental illness. Now we've got the stringent container. It's a container of corned beef.
C tier. It's just corned beef.
Do you like corned beef? I've never had corned beef, and I've never even had it on St. Patrick's Day.
I like the idea of it.
We've got the patience tester. It is a can of water chestnuts.
Well,
Olimar really wants to open it, but he can't, because then that would damage the probably the warranty on it. It would damage the...
Never removed from box. You don't remember that Dexter's Lab episode?
NRFB. Never removed from box. MNB. Mint condition. No box.
I remembered the cat dog episode where they had the Mean Bob cat. He had what was essentially the first Funko Pop collection, but it was just all of Mean Bobs.
You know what? We'll put that in F tier, because I feel bad that Olimar can't satisfy all of his needs.
Open archive. This is a half-open can of red bean paste.
A tier. Everyone likes red bean paste.
Okay, but it's half open.
That means there's half left.
Next thing we have Clabber Girl, where this is baking powder. And it doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound like a real brand of baking powder, but it actually is. We looked this up.
S tier. It looks like a can of Narragansett, and I like that.
Okay. This next one, we've got some Haribo gummy bears.
F tier. Worst gummy bear.
I like the Haribo gummy bears because they remind me of Michael Rosen's granddad, Haribo. No, Michael Rose. No, Harry. Oh, I fucked up. If you've ever heard of YouTube poops, look up YouTube poops and you're going to laugh your socks off. You're going to laugh your asses off.
I'm going to tell you something about Haribo and his stupid granddad. So once my friend Haribo came to school and all his clothes were off and there was on his face, and we said, what happened? And he said his granddad escaped from his prison. Then I said, why was he in prison? And Haribo said, he's a bad, crazy murderer. Suddenly, Haribo's granddad breaks into the school, and suddenly we all heard an awful yelling and crying from Melanie.
Wow, that's nice and then just genuine. But I gotta tell you, it's not your list now, is it? I understand you had a genuine, heartfelt moment, something you relate to me, but I can't relate to it because it's my list.
You aren't mentally ill enough to find those videos funny. All right, the next thing we have a big jar of honey, the plentiful tank.
C tier. It's honey. I don't know. What else do you want?
The maternal sculpture. It is not even half. It's just the tip of a baby bottle.
I'm gonna put that in D tier because I don't like the thought that Louie has this.
Yeah. No, you think that he would do something bad with it?
I think Louie would do whatever Louie feels he needs to.
Look, if you're implying that Louie is an adult baby, then he's done a lot of bad shit. I agree. He's not a good person, but I don't think he's running around with half a baby bottle. He's not Pamperchu, okay? He's a lot of things, but he is not Pamperchu.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to flush a diaper down the toilet. Now, normally, you wouldn't do this.
You brought up Pamperchu last time also.
It's a good reference. It's an upper look. Maybe my audience that I'm trying to court now doesn't understand what Pamperchu is, but all of the people in the Discord who are going to watch this out of pity and obligation are going to be like, oh man, that I know what that is. And they're going to feel disgust because they know what Pamperchu is. Okay, where does this go?
D tier. I don't like that Louie has it, but Olimar will take it back and sell it.
We've got the deviled ham. How do you feel about a nice wrapped up little deviled ham?
We'll put it in A, because it's a cool logo. I don't know what deviled ham is, but it's a cool logo.
Delightfully devilish. Hey, Seymour? Okay. We've got the Strife Monolith. We've got a little Mahjong piece, so if you had a whole lot more of these, maybe you could play some Mahjong. But right now you just have the one piece.
B tier. It's Mahjong. Can't get any better than that.
Okay, now we've got the lip balm. We've got this nice healing cask. It's some lip balm. What's your appraisal?
Put it in D tier. Looks too official.
What do you mean? What do you not like about it?
I don't too many bold lines.
Oh, you don't like the graphic design?
No, I don't need these graphic design overlays for my med.
Yeah, never trust a graphic designer. This next couple of entries, these are some weapons. We've got a flare cannon. Would you like a flamethrower, essentially?
Oh yeah. Put that in S tier.
Yeah, I think it's every American's right to own a flamethrower.
And you put it in A.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You did.
Put it in A.
There was a misinput. Calm down! You calm the down! There was a misinput!
It's in A.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I thought that that S had like another layer, but I wasn't paying it. I'm sorry. These old eyes ain't what they used to be. We've got a high velocity with a monster pump. It is a big water pump. It's a big tap, and it spews out water.
Put that in B. Fire's cooler than water.
Fire is cooler than water, but what's cooler than being cool?
Is it ice cold?
Ice cold. Y'all don't want to hear me. You just want to rate Pikmin 2 treasures. We've got the shock therapist. We've got the electroshock therapist. I think Mike Pence would really love this treasure. Topical. Some nice topical humor for this Pikmin 2 tier list.
A tier, because it's cooler than water, but flames are still cooler. And you put it right in B. Wow, what are you doing? What are you doing?
There was a misinput. Calm down! You calm the down! There was a misinput.
Now this one we've got a poisonous bomb. It's called the comedy bomb. It's funny, you know. I'm sure a lot of the old YouTube pranksters would love to have this weapon to prank major cities with eco-terrorism. And
you know what? I'm gonna put that in A tier. Also, it looks like a Wario weapon.
It really does. I feel like it feels like an alarm clock in the first, like one of the first Wario games. I like it. I like it too. You're right. Okay, this next one is a little bit screwy because it's just 2 screws. We've got the repair juggernaut and the other one.
Oh, that's nice. That's very funny. Do you perform at the House of Mouse?
I perform at the House of Mouse. No, I don't, because it's been condemned. They don't have it on Disney Plus. I'm pissed about that.
Do they not have? But it's Disney. They own all of those shorts. What?
That was the first time I saw the commercial for Kingdom Hearts is when I was watching House of Mouse. So it's very dear to my heart.
You should go. For all the people listening, you should go back and watch.
Goodly.
Deep dive into Kingdom Hearts.
You know what? I didn't even need to mention him. And oh, holy shit, Alice is missing. Now, what I didn't realize, this was the end of the chapter. This was the end of the world. You were supposed to move on. But the characters kept being like, oh my god, where's Alice? We gotta find Alice. So it was like, yeah, we gotta fucking go find Alice.
That little boy's gotta think. You got a responsibility. You don't look for an hour and then call it quits. You get your ass out there and you find that fucking
Alice. Alright, where do these screws go, Dan?
They go in C tier. They're just a screw.
Okay. These next ones, though, they're a little bit more interesting. There's a cog.
All of it's C tier. They're just generic.
All of it's C tier. All of the little, yeah, the cog is C tier.
All of it's C tier.
Okay, what about the spring?
Spring is B tier. It's fun. It's a little bit better.
This is just more chapstick. The survival ointment.
Put that in C tier. It's just chapstick.
This is an anxious sprout, and as we've gone over before, it's a dead sprout. So you could plant it in the ground if it wasn't dead.
It's F tier. It's F tier. It's ruined. It's dumb. It's bad. It's F tier.
We have a diamond in the shape of a heart. We have a big blood diamond for you, Dan, in the shape of a heart.
Yeah, this reminds me of like a Kirby power-up or something from the Kirby 64.
Yeah, it really does. There was because the thing, I think in one of the Dreamland, like Kirby's Dreamland 3, if you got all the stars and the hearts or whatever, there was a rod that had a heart on it, and you fought the big eyeball with it. There were also the Jamba hearts in Star Allies.
Kirby and his trip to Super Fips.
Kirby goes to the Walmart and people watches all the freaks in the Walmart. Where do you want to put this funny little heart?
We'll put that at B tier for better than a dead seed.
And this one is just a sapphire. It's a little tear.
That's some. We're immediately dropping this down to C, because now we're just getting into the groove of recycling things. And you know what? Put that diamond's gonna go to D.
It's a diamond.
Listen. Hey, I'm just dealing with what you dealt me. It would be better if it was like if this was the second one, it would be higher up. But since it's the last one, I've seen enough shiny things.
Okay, I get it, but look, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this your list? I didn't realize we were collaborating on a list here. I thought this was my list. I was gonna tell you the things I thought. If I wanted a diamond in D tier, it's gonna go in D tier. It's not my fault you put these in a bad order.
You've got a glove and a light bulb and a jar of Skippy peanut butter in S tier, and you're gonna put a diamond in D? You're insane. You're fucking insane.
Well, we'll see how much money I make at the end of this.
This is the Remembered Old Buddy, and this entry makes me really sad, because when you read the pitch and you read Olimar's journal entry, it's all about like nostalgia, right? Because this game came out in like 2002 or 2004. And back then, dumpy 30-year-old men were nostalgic for the NES and Rob the Robot, which Rob the Robot is a terrible peripheral that doesn't work. It's got a really cool design. I like what they did with the guy in the Smash Brothers, the Subspace Emissary. I cried. But what's sad about it is that they're talking about how nostalgic this character is. And what's funny is Pikmin 2 is now a game that I am nostalgic for as a 30-year-old. So, you know, time is a flat circle. Time just keeps on going on and on and on. What do you think?
Put it in C tier. It's a bit morbid. I don't like that it's just his head.
The next thing we have are his accessories that he would use to play. I don't know what the f he would play. You could only play 2 games with this peripheral. It was like Gyromite or Stack and Block.
You know what? All of them D tier.
This next one we have the Corpulent Nut. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. It's a fat
Funny
nut.
Stuff, huh? F tier. It's green. It's bad. I'm not trusting a green seed or green nut.
It's green.
It's the same texture as like. Have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's 3? No, you haven't, because you're a grown man. All the ghost animatronics have this like same like weird green like texture.
I think I was in football class that day.
Yeah, you were in sex having class. You were not in football class. You were at the same art school I went to, where you were learning how to hone skills that are unmarketable. Anyway, Armored Nut. The Armored Nut. It's a little less fat than the other nut. It's a little boring, but
A tier. I trust this nut.
The Behemoth Jaw, it's half a pair of dentures.
F tier. It's half a pair of dentures. It's F tier. I don't want to see Louie trying to suck out all the chicken bits in between the dentures.
Yeah, have you ever had an old relative take out their teeth to freak you out?
No.
Well, then you haven't lived, buddy, let me tell you. This next one, it's called the Broken Cooking God, and it is a broken spork. What do you think? What's your appraisal?
F tier.
F tier, okay.
It's F tier.
F tier.
It's F tier. What do you want me to explain why, or are you like do you understand?
I'm a bit curious as to why. Well, you don't want a broken spork? Okay. This next one is a broken food master. It's a broken ladle.
Oh, gee, well, I guess this one, F tier.
F tier. Here's the thing, Dan, is even if it was a word.
Oh, please explain to me why I'm wrong.
No. I just want to extrapolate. Even if the spork wasn't broken, it's still a spork. The spork is the loser of the utensil world. Every other utensil laughs at a spork.
It's a metal spork too. Who manufactured this?
Yeah, I don't know how to use. I look like a idiot when I go to like a Japanese restaurant or a ramen restaurant. I'm trying to use chopsticks because I never learned how to use them. I would prefer chopsticks over a spork. This next one we have the Talisman of Life. The ship has determined that there are more luck wafers in this one, so there's more cards.
Is this Napoleon or is this Adam Ant?
Is it what now? Adam Ant?
Look up a picture of Adam Ant.
Adaman. What the fuck? Why? What is this Napoleon-looking motherfucker? Why is he in? What did he? Is this like one of them sing? Is this one of them grunge singers you're always going on about?
No,
it's like if David Bowie had a bad drug habit, and I know, he already does. But this guy is he's tried heroin once and regretted it.
This is crack.
Child of the Earth. This is a child of the Earth. A big potato.
Potatoes.
You could cook it up. You could fry it up.
Oh man, you can do a lot of stuff with a potato, but just as a potato, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not getting a vibe. C.
This next one, we've got a donut. We've got a Hertz donut. Hey Dan, do you want a Hertz donut?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I do.
Goodly.
Now make that joke work. Now that we're not in the same room.
We're not in the same room. I can't just deck you in the face and pretend it was a prank. Where's this Dunky Donut going?
Put it in D tier for donut. I don't like the shade of it. It looks like a whole grain donut.
This next one, we've got a Homer Simpson donut. It's pink.
Put that in B tier for best, because I gotta support my boys Ethan and Anthony.
You may have killed me in Food Battle 2010, but my pink frosted sprinkled donut's gonna kick your stupid ass this year! Oh yeah? Well, me and my new favorite food, the rainbow lollipop, can do way more everyday tasks than your pink sprinkly turd!
Yeah, no, this is a jelly donut. You know, nothing tastes better than a good jelly donut.
You know what? D tier. I don't like the way that rice is mixing with that jelly.
This next one I think is the most boring thing on this list. It is a popsicle stick, and it is a Japan exclusive popsicle stick. So America saw this treasure and said, "I'm okay with the empty creamer container, but can we get anything else other than this?" I mean, maybe there's a funny joke on the stick, but it's in Japanese, so you wouldn't even be able to understand it.
I don't know if I'd suffer through a radiation just for a popsicle stick joke.
D tier?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Dan, what do you call a popsicle stick that has Japanese writing on it?
What?
I don't know. I can't read the writing on it.
That doesn't even make sense.
The Flame of Tomorrow. This is a single match with a picture of Bowser on it. With a picture of Jack Black on the cover.
S tier. Love it. Great product placement. Great logo.
S tier. Okay. He'll get those peaches yet. This one, we have a fleeting art form. It's a single birthday candle, but the dumb aliens that discovered it thought it was a piece of abstract art that was making some sort of statement on the fleeting nature of life and existence.
It's C tier. It's a candle.
The stupid C tier for candle. C for candle. C for cuntle. So we have the Fortified Delicacy. It's a shell. It's a cool looking shell. I don't know whether it's just a shell or like a fossil, but it looks like something that a Pokemon would. This looks like it should be clamped onto Slowpoke's tail.
Yeah. You know what? For that, we're going to go to B tier.
B for very best, like no one ever was. This is the fossilized Ursidae. It's a bear based on, what is it? What is this here?
Yes.
It's like based on the Greek constellations or something like that.
Well, it's just a bear, so. But B tier. B for bear.
This next one, we've got the Impenetrable Cookie. It's a very, very hard cookie.
That's poop.
It's not poop.
It is.
It's just a cookie, but it's really hard to eat.
No, it is. It's
not poop. It's a cookie.
It's F tier.
It's a chocolate. Okay. All right.
Because it's burnt.
You don't like the chocolate cookie. Here's the vanilla cookie. It's a compelling cookie. It's very compelling.
Yes, C. Cookie.
Okay, C for cookie. C is for cookie. That's good enough.
Well, these next lineups, the checkerboard and the swirl, A tier. Good aesthetic.
I know that these are like actual cookies that they serve in Japan, but I can't not think of Yoshi's cookie. That's probably what they were going for, considering all the other references in this.
I'm sure.
This one is a cookie that attracts bugs into your house.
It looks like it has bugs already on the cookie. F tier.
You don't like bugs? You don't like a couple of bugs? You know, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I enjoyed, both as a kid and as an adult, you know, crumpling up some chips, crumpling them up by an anthill, watching the ants eat them, bring them in.
I think I've done that. I think I used to do that.
This is the Glee spinner. It's just a control stick.
A tier. GameCube. GameCube for life.
This is the thing that you would spin it around in Mario Party trying to win a mini game, and you would get blisters on your thumbs. This next one, we have a D-pad for, I don't even know if this is, this looks metallic almost, but.
It does. It looks rusted, but it says it's for the NES. I mean, D tier. It's just a dirty D-pad.
What do you think of this Christmas ornament? The essential furnishing.
It's fine.
Looks like a bit of a...
It's C tier. It's just an ornament.
Yeah, C for Christmas. This next one, we've got the harmonic synthesizer. I don't know what kind of instruments these are. These are the things where you clack them together and they make kind of... I think it's one of the instruments you hear in like salsa music.
Yeah, B tier. It's in B.
Yeah, beautiful music.
It's in B. It's a little better than the ornament. I can only go off of the last thing you showed me.
This one is the heavy-duty magnet. It's a magnet.
A tier. I like magnets.
that looks straight out of a cartoon. If only it were a little bit thicker.
It's like the same magnet how they stopped the robot in that one episode of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it looks like you could use this to steal gold coins in a Looney Tunes cartoon. This is supposed to be a Christmas stocking, but it looks like an ornament of a Christmas stocking.
Yeah, F tier, because it's not rendered well.
This one we have the Cosmic Archive. It's a Nintendo floppy disk. Apparently it plays a game on it. Do you remember, were you around, like, I don't think I ever used a floppy disk, but we were around to know what floppy disks are. We've seen them in the wild.
Yeah, we were around at, like, the tail end. B tier. It looks pretty cool.
I don't know if you've ever played Donkey Kong 64. I wasn't very good at it. I never got past the hub world because I couldn't read. But that was always cool that they had the banana-colored cartridge.
Yeah, the banana yellow case is cool.
Do you need a bottle cap opener?
C, it's just a bottle opener.
This one is, it's the network main brain, and there's 3 other of these. I don't know what they do because I don't understand computers. Despite spending most of my life online.
C tier.
C is in CPU. Were you even thinking of that? Were you even thinking that cleverly? See, because my clever little brain finds these little word plays, and yours doesn't.
Oh man, this Pikmin stuff's doing great for your mental health.
My mental health was bad to begin with, and everybody always says, "Don't be a YouTuber; it's terrible for your mental health." So I'm like, well, it's been shot since day one, so maybe I should just give it maybe I should go for it. This next one we have the Infernal Vegetable. It's a bell pepper, but it's oddly shaped. It's shaped like Chris Chan's bent dick. Is the only way I can describe it.
B tier for bell pepper.
This bell pepper is craving death. All right. Arrivederci, Eugene. Okay. Innocence Lost. This is a star on top of a Christmas tree that fell.
C tier for Christmas.
I would have put it an F for Fallen Angel.
But it's a star.
Because clearly this is an omen of bad things to come. Well, first of all, it's not an angel, and you're supposed to put an angel on the tree if you're a good Christian. This secular stuff.
If you're a good Christian.
If you're a good Christian and you follow the word and you fear God, but this secular star stuff, you're gonna put the Star of Satan, the Star of David on your Christmas tree. There's something seriously wrong. You've got mothering issues.
What are you talking about?
The Insect Condo. This is an apple.
You know what? A tier, because it's a good looking apple. Delicious looking apple. Love it.
It's you can't eat it though because it's covered in insects.
Yeah, but only on the inside. You just kind of peel the skin off with your teeth.
Yeah, you can just nibble the outside a little bit. This one is the Invigorator. It's a mug.
It's me, Mugman.
C tier. It's a cup. It's fine.
It would go a little bit higher if it had a like some kind of YouTuber logo on it. This one is a feather. This is a Leviathan feather. It's not even a cool looking, because here's the thing, Dan, right? If you see a cool feather, if I see a cool eagle's feather on the ground, I'll pick it up. But this one is just like you went to a petting zoo and there were chickens.
I'm gonna put that in C tier because it reminds me of Cloud's Buster Sword. It's another bottle opener.
No, it's a lightning bolt. One of Zeus's lightning bolts.
C tier. No, D tier. I want it in D now, because I'm just pissing me off.
You lowered it.
It's another bottle opener.
This next one is some lip service. It's lipstick. It's open lipstick.
You know what? It was gonna go with C, but it's gonna go to A now because I like that pun. That's a good pun.
It sounds a little bit seductive for a children's game. It just sounds...
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's like kids are like, oh, I get it's like talking, but now an adult's like, I get it's like sucking dick.
It's just, you see 2 big red lip markings at the end of your cup. This one is like, I think for me the name lowers it. Love Nugget. It's just a tomato, but that's a disgusting name. It sounds like you're hitchhiking and there's a trucker and he says cash, grass, or ass, and you choose ass, and you have to deal with him calling you.
Yeah, just like Large Marge.
Yeah. Well, no, Large Marge. No, Large Marge does not solicit sex for Pee Wee Herman.
You didn't offer Large Marge your ass.
I did not offer Large Marge my ass.
You know what? A tier. It's a good-looking tomato. I like the little strands.
You could cover this all over some sardines. Okay, this is a illustrious metal.
It's a Sacagawea coin.
It's a Sacagawea coin.
A tier, because it's real money.
This next one, it is another form of currency that I don't really know about. It is
it's fine.
This is something a coin collector might...
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a coin collector might look at that and go, oh, that's pretty cool.
You know what? I'm changing the game. S tier. I'm gonna tie a string around that coin, and I'm gonna hit people with it.
That's a good idea, yeah. This one is it's the Merciless Extractor. It's a juicer. It's an old-timey juicer. You know, before we had our little blenders and our smoothie makers and all.
I'm gonna say D tier, cause like, what? Why? Why are we even trying? Why am I gonna try more than they did?
This next couple of entries, they're sweeties, and I think these are like the kind of chocolates that you get in a box, like the big box of chocolates.
Well, you know what we're gonna do for all these now, right? You know what? I'm gonna be kind. Both of them, the first two are gonna go B tier. Everything else is C for candy. The first two are gonna go B for better candy, and the rest are just gonna be C for regular candy.
The mirrored stage. This one is actually kind of cute. If you look at Olimar's entry, he talks about how he used the Pikmin, like he used this little makeup kit as a stage, and all the Pikmin danced with him.
That's creepy.
How is it creepy? It's cute.
Cause he's just like, he's there just like a bottle in his hand, just like, yeah, just dance. Oh, you know what it is? It's like in Batman and Robin when Mr. Freeze is making all of his henchmen stand around and like sing Snow Miser.
And he's just screaming at them to like, sing it louder!
Yeah, that's what I imagine this is like.
Very nervously dancing, Olimar puts on Goodbye Horses.
He gets his long robe.
He's putting on the lip service and asking them, would you pluck me? I'd pluck me.
D tier, I don't like the implications.
The Meat of Champions, this is just some Bologna. My Bologna has his first name, it's Homer. My Bologna has his second name, it's Homer.
C tier, it's just baloney. It's just a thing.
I don't agree with that placement, Dan. I think you're full of baloney. All right, moving on. We've got the face of a clock with no hands, and there's Roman numerals on it. You know, I think I can read no Roman numerals. Can you?
Yeah, it's picking out the best Rocky movies.
So Rocky 5 plus Rocky 2 equals Rocky 7, Adrian's Revenge.
D tier. It's garbage, but it's not terrible garbage.
What is this? We have the Olimarite shell.
You know what? I like this. I like this. This reminds me of like an early video game like asset, you know?
Yeah, it's like the fossil you get in Pokemon.
Yeah. I feel like if I like cracked it open, I'd find like, you know, gold or something.
It's very accurate that a lot of explorers, a lot of scientists, when they discover fossils, they name it after themselves or they name it after some inane thing. Olimar has chosen Olimarite. I think after everything he's been through in 1 and 2, he's earned it.
Yeah, he hangs around with Louie all day. Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves just a medal of honor for dealing with Louie's shit.
We'll put that at A tier.
Because with some people, it's not even that they're bad people. They just have that face or that voice where you look at them and you have to fight the urge to bully them. You know what I mean? Like they have that, oh, motherfucker.
Louie looks like he could also be a baby genius in another thing.
He could be a baby but he's not. He's a baby idiot.
No, but he looks like you could like use that character model and make a baby genius because he has like his weird doughy face.
It's like an inverse of Jimmy Neutron because Jimmy, he's got like the small cheeks and the big head. He's got the it's like you flip Jimmy Neutron around.
And he also calls women in
Like, this is already a character where there is no good faith whatsoever, and now we're just, like, headcanoning that he's a sex pest. I mean, you know, there's a joke to be made about, like, his name is Louie, and then there's another guy named Louis C.K. I don't know if anyone's done this in the fandom yet, but I just want to give him, like a red goatee.
Omar, did you find any creamy dick sauce?
Is this, like, cinnamon buns with frosting, or what's the...
Yep, you can get a special bun, or you can get a bun with 2 sauces, or you can get a hot pour bun.
What's a hot pour bun?
That is where you eat the bun, and then you just put your mouth under the spigot, and I pour the syrup in your mouth. I was kidding.
Louie, look, I know you think you're being funny, but you can't just be dropping slurs every other second. It's not professional. No, it's okay. You know, I'm just giving my observations on life. So now we have some tape. And I know you're very serious about your tapes, so you're going to want to go down each individual one and, you know, see which one is which. So I think we've got duct tape, electrical tape, and
First off, Furious Adhesive, S tier.
Electric tape doesn't f around.
Next one, B tier. I don't like the cream color, but other than that, quality stuff.
And then what are the next?
D tier. It's gross. I hate packing tape.
Some tape is better than others. Some tapes are stronger than others.
All tapes are made equal, but some tape is more equal than other tape.
Get that commie crap out of this f***ing tier list. We've got the Pilgrim bulb. We've got a nice bulb that you can plant into the ground and grow a flower.
C tier. It's a bulb. I don't know what it's going to do. It might not do anything.
Well, I mean, it's the mystery of the thing. Okay, and this next one, we've got the Priceless Pearl. It's a little, a pearl earring.
C tier. It's just a pearl. When bottle caps go for trillions of dollars, what's a pearl mean anymore?
It would be cool if we gave you, like, you can see on the wiki how much this goes for, and yeah, it is very, very, I think the most valuable thing in the game is, like, the flamethrower and the weapons, but then, like, a diamond is worth less than a nickel or something. No, that's not that bad, but I think the fact that broken sporks go for anything is just sort of indicative of how backwards this planet is. The Seed of Greed. I believe this is just like a date nut or something. It's a chestnut. That old chestnut.
It's just a seed. It's C tier.
We've got the Space Wave receiver. This is somebody pulled the knob off of the stove, the gas stove.
F tier. It's a broken dial.
I wish you had a dial so I could turn you down.
Oh, and then you could just do this all by yourself.
All right, this is a petrified, I don't know if this is like a Brussels sprout or like a rose. I think this is like a petrified rose.
C tier. It's whatever.
This one is the spouse alert. It's got a very interesting sales pitch. Olimar is like, sometimes I miss my carefree bachelor days. Once you have a family, those days are history. I like spending time with my wife, but sometimes I want to be alone, right? That's understandable. You know, Olimar is a good dude. So he's like, yeah, I like my wife, but I need my alone time. The ship, on the other hand, is a raging misogynist. And he says, put this on your spouse and you will always know if he or she is approaching. How convenient. A must-have item for couples who like to hide things. Just advertising very unhealthy relation. Okay, maybe not a misogynist because it's he or she, but...
I'll tell you what, Louie needs a bell.
Yeah, he does. They do, yeah. You need to hear him coming. Ting, 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 ting. Go home, Louie. All right. Ting, ting, ting. That was a reference to the sitcom Sister. It's older than the both of us. But if you grew up,
C tier. It's a bell. It's a bell. We've already had a bell.
This one is the sud generator.
It's a treasure.
Look, I found a treasure. A treasure that's soap on a rope. It's a treasure.
The entirety of Pikmin. I'm pretending it's treasure.
Okay, what do you think about this Smash Brothers player repellent?
Listen, it's very funny. Very funny. We're doing a lot of funny things happening here. But it's a bar of soap. It's C tier.
Somebody doesn't value good grooming in this call.
All I know is I get texts at 2 a.m. going, help me, I can't stop bleeding.
I'm not bleeding. Of all the things that you can attack, you're just making up the fact that I bleed. Like I'm a pirate with scurvy.
You call me in a hushed whisper around dinner time, and you're like, help me, I can't stop bleeding, and I can't let my mom know.
I am the son of the Russian king, and you are Rasputin. The sulking antenna, this is a pair of rabbit ears. I don't know if you were around for the 90s, Dan, but these rabbit ears were all over TVs.
F tier, it's useless. It was useless back then. They are rusted. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, but I mean, what would us cartoonists do if it weren't for the rabbit ears? How would we draw a TV?
I don't know. Even more basic cable?
In the modern day, all of these kids, all of these YouTubers, all of these Twitter artists, they want to draw themselves with a TV head. Where would all these creative people be if it weren't for the rabbit ears? Where would Pyrocynical be if it weren't for that 14-year-old friend? I mean, if it weren't for 90s televisions. See, you're silent because you don't have anything to rebut this with because I'm right. Temporal mechanism. This is just a pocket watch.
It's just a pocket watch, C tier.
This is the air brake. Now, what did you say this was called?
A shuttlecock.
Oh, never gets old. Never gets fun.
It's C tier. It's a shuttlecock. It's just C.
It's almost as funny as that one country from in Thailand. That's almost as funny.
It's called Bangkok.
Oh, I just choked a little bit. All right, this one is an aquatic mine. This is
It's just a bobber. It's just a bobber. It's C tier.
This is the thing that Mr. Krabs warned SpongeBob about.
No, that's a hook.
This one is I thought this was mahjong. This was a mahjong piece, but the other one was a mahjong piece. This is like I guess it's Japanese chess. It's like a Japanese version of chess. If you stood it up, it could be like a tiny little gravestone.
What a crazy crazy observation that is.
When I'm not being the Louis C.K. of Pikmin, I'm being the Jerry Seinfeld of Pikmin, where I make observations.
C tier. C tier. I know nothing about this.
This is sort of a Western chess piece. It's a Western take on chess. It's a white chess piece, the worthless statue.
C tier. It's a piece of chess.
And this is the priceless statue.
You know what? We're gonna put this in B tier.
We've got the silencer. We've got this baby doll head.
All right, listen. This is F tier. This is F tier. There's no jokes. This isn't a joke. We're not jesting.
It's scary though. When you carry it around, it blinks.
This is dumb. We're not doing this. This is F tier.
This one, I don't even know what the f is. It's like a lens. I guess this is what you use to like.
It's a magnifying glass.
It's a magnifying glass. It's a magnifying.
What is this strange curiosity here? Say, a magnifying glass.
I thought this was like a container for like a single contact lens. Is what it looks like.
It's just for guys who have monocles. They have one eye perfect and the other eye has the monocle.
Is that what a monocle is for? Because the thing is, like, whenever you see monocles in like media, it's always to kind of tell you that the person who's wearing it is like a hoity-toity, rich dipshit. If C-3PO was a real person, he would wear a monocle. You don't see people nowadays walking around with monocles. If there was a practical purpose, if it was actually a practical like ocular device, like an ocular enhancement, then we would see that. Because yeah, there's bound to be people who have like one eye that's a little bit off, but we don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's very curious. I'd have to look into a monocle.
This next one, okay, where do you want to put this? Where do you want to put this useless piece of crap? Where do you want to put this?
C tier. It's just a magnifying glass.
It's a magnifying glass. You know, burn some ants with it. Burn some insects. Because you're a little kid, you haven't learned empathy yet. Okay. I don't know if I'm there yet, but we're getting there. Okay, the time capsule. The time capsule. This is a picture of somebody's dead dog. Maybe you could take the picture out and put in something you care about, but I think that would probably be disrespectful to the dog.
You know what? It was gonna be B, but you brought up a really good point, so now it's gonna go to C.
You're like desecrating this. You know, I mean, it is just a dog, but still, like somebody loved this guy, and you're gonna throw it out. And this is a triple sugar threat. It's some kind of Japanese dessert.
Is it one flavor? Is it one flavor, or are they different flavors?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, man.
They put a bunch of munchkins on a stick. We're not talking about the Wizard of Oz munchkins. We're talking about the whole of the donut holes that they take out of the donut and they make their own delicious treat. Where does it go? Where does this Japanese dessert go?
F tier. I don't appreciate different colors.
The ultimate spinner. Apparently you spin it around. It's like it's not a noisemaker, but
it's just a top?
Yeah, it's a top. It's a spinning top. What do you think?
Well, it's C tier.
The Vorpal platter. This is
that's just the can. That's the can lid. It's just the lid of a can.
So what are you thinking? S?
It's F tier. What do I think of it? It's F tier.
All right, Dan. It looks like we're finished with the list. Looks like we're all done. We've got everything. Oh! Wait a minute. Looks like there's one last. Looks like there's one. Look under that tree, Dan. There's one last present left. What is it? What do you think it is? What do you think? It's called the joy receptacle. What do you think's inside it, Dan? Nothing. There's nothing inside it. It's an empty box.
S tier. It's the thought that counts, and it's Christmas.
I couldn't afford a present this year, so I got you this box.
That's what I got you!
Merry Christmas, Dan. Happy holidays. So that's the whole list, man. We did it. We did the whole list.
That's it. That's everything. Wow. I feel like I learned so much about Pikmin.
You did learn about all this useless garbage that they collected.
I know. I can't believe bottle caps could be so expensive. Oh wait, I could because I've played Fallout.
Fallout, PKS Mantis, video games, Pikmin.
I hope you start the next Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, but it's Pikmin.